Hello everyone, I'm Ching from Fix Team. This class video shows you the iPhone 6s fingerprint repair. iPhone 6 series of fingerprint repair and hand key are the same. The current fault is that the return key and the fingerprint function cannot be used. The cause of the failure is usually the broken fingerprint cable. Now disassemble to check if the cable is broken. If the cable is broken, we will make a cable laminating. Turn off the phone and take it apart. First, check if the fingerprint cable is disconnected. You can see that the fingerprint cable is broken. Now open the fingerprint cover. Use a 15 blade or other thin hard object to pry off the fingerprint cover. The damaged part can be cut off with a blade. Be sure to reserve a little cable and lean on the iron sheet. If you cut it inside, subsequent operation will sink without iron sheet support. So reserve the cable a little. It will be more convenient for subsequent bonding. Cut a section of the old cut cable. Put it under the fingerprint cable. Apply the special glue. Wait for the glue to dry before the next step. Prepare a new cable for lamination. First, check whether the new cable is damaged. If it was found that the new cable is damaged after lamination, it is very troublesome to remove it. So be sure to check clearly before repair. From here down without damage, it can be used normally. It doesn't matter if it is damaged here. We will not use this part. Now also check the back. Same, just this part above, no problem, is okay. Now you can use this cable to fix. First remove this part, because we don't need to use this part. It will be more convenient for subsequent operations. Be sure to grab the thread when scraping the cable. For blade, it is recommended to use the 16 blade. It's the ordinary number 16 blade. You can also use ordinary number 11 blade. I personally like to use the number 11 blade, which is sharp. Now we are ready to scrape the cable. Scrape this cable from the back. The side of the cable is the front, so you have to scrape it from the back. When scraping, you must pay attention to control the thread and find the filling that suits you. If it is cut off, it must be replaced with a new one. Scrape the glue from the top and the copper sheet will be exposed. Below the yellow glue is the line. Be careful when you handle it. Now the cable has been scraped, very bright and very flat. Now you can cut it along this edge. This cable has been cut out. All we need to use is this section of cable. To cut this cable, also have a little skill. You cannot align the pins of the cable. The lamination in this way will not be accurate. The blade cannot be vertical. It needs to be cut at an angle of 45 degrees, and then the pin will extend. The pins are out. In this way, the position of the pin can be well observed. Every pin can be seen clearly. When fitting, you can easily identify whether there is a correct position. You can align each pin to a good position. This cable is already processed. Now check if the glue is dry. Now it is okay. Now you can scrape the cable here. The cable was also scratched with the number 15 or 16 blade. Be sure to use sharp blades, otherwise chain it. The black rubber layer has been scraped clean. There is a layer of yellow insulating glue under the black rubber. Insulation glue should be scraped off lightly, because below this layer is the line. After scraping the layer, you should fit it. When you are scraping, keep your palms not hanging in the air. Find something that supports it so as not to shake, like slow. When scraping, you must master the thread. It is easy to scrape off the copper wire with a little effort. Now, basically, remove all the glue on the surface. After cleaning, you can fit. Use the cable you just prepared to connect it. Put the special glue on the left, flux on the right, and alignment. Add the special glue. Add flux to the cable. Alignment later. Don't put too much. Fit now. After add the flux, each line can be seen clearly. Make sure all lines are aligned. Just press gently and wait for the glue to dry. Then let go gently. Now it was solidified. Zoom in to view. You can see that each line is well aligned and accurate. Now we just need to solder it together. Add tin, paste and flux. Stir well. Soldering with a soldering iron. Now use thinner to wash it to see if it is well connected. Now that it is connected, we can test it. iPhone 6, 6s, 6P, 6SP fingerprint repair methods are all the same because they are all single-layer circuit lines. Install the fingerprint. Power on and test. Click on the fingerprint to add. It is possible to add fingerprints. Try the return key. Can also be used. This fingerprint has been attached. Fingerprint function is normal. You still need to glue it back. The damaged cable also has use value. We can cut it off. Paste the cut part on the cable. Apply the special fingerprint glue to the interface. Add glue to the four corners to cover later. Paste the cut part on the cable. Put the lid back and hold it to fix. Just wait for the glue to dry. The glue has set. Install and test again. Okay, the fingerprint function is normal. iPhone 6 series fingerprint repair and laminating methods has just been shown to you. We must master the method and techniques. We must pay attention in our thread. Don't use too much force. The cable is easily cut down by the blade. So if you master the intensity and practice more, it will be easy to handle. How do we judge whether the fingerprint of the 6X is damaged or disconnected? You can visually observe whether the cable is broken. It can also be confirmed by measuring the resistance of the fingerprint connector. Reference resistance can be seen here. If you find which line has no resistance, then this line is damaged. These small components will also have no resistance. If there is no resistance in the line or damage, we can replace it directly. The entire cable can be replaced. These 4 inductors are also easily to hit. We can remove and replace it from other fingerprint cable. It will not be hot. I just changed the left side in the course. This is a chip and a fingerprint EEPROM. If damaged, it cannot be repaired because these encrypted parts cannot be replaced. When replacing the cable part, the fitting position is here. Also check whether the cable is damaged. Through the drawing, we can better explain to everyone the principle of its repair. Replace this cable. Use the new cable, turn side to laminating and solder it. Pay attention to the both 3 lines when scraping glue. It is easy to scrape off. If it is broken, it must be connected. Otherwise, the fingerprint cannot be recorded. The fingerprint adding interface can be opened, but cannot be entered fingerprint information. Damage to the motherboard will also make fingerprint unusable. This is a fingerprint connector. This is connected to PMU, fingerprint 3 voltage power supply line. These are connected to the main CPU, signal, input, output. This is a 16.5 voltage power supply line. Need to touch the fingerprint, this power supply can be measured. This line is connected to the fingerprint power supply IC. This is the fingerprint 2.75 voltage power supply line. Those 4 lines on the motherboard that are often have problem. The power supply line of 3 voltage, 16.5 voltage, 1.8 voltage, and 2.75 voltage are relatively easy to break. The line to the CPU abnormal, it can basically be judged to be a CPU problem. Like this FL4100 is broken. You can make a short jumper. If the measurement is abnormal, it can be replaced directly. Now I will summarize the technical points in the course. First, use the 15 blade to pry open the fingerprint cover. Reserve a little cable when cutting the cable. This location is just right for easy follow-up operations. Will not blend down after fitting. We cut a pad from the bad cable. If there is no pad, it will collapse during the subsequent scraping. It will be unstable. Pay special attention to the thread when scraping glue. If the line scraped off here, it will not be long enough to solder when soldering. So pay special attention to the thread when scraping glue. Just scrape the copper sheet out. This is a good scrape. You can see it is very smooth. If it is not scraped well, it looks uneven, like wrinkles. Reserve after cutting. Now this is the opposite side. Let's cut this cable at a 45-degree angle. Cut out in this way to see each line pin clearly, which is convenient for subsequent alignment. You can clearly see every pin position. It must be like when scraping this glue. Pay attention to the 3 lines mentioned in the drawing. These lines has come out. Many people tend to be negligent. Once the fingerprint line is broken, they cannot be recorded, so it must be light. Pay attention to these gold wires. There is a layer of yellow glue after the black glue is scraped. It is also insulated, so scrape it too. Here is the fingerprint special glue, remember. The cable should be sticky when it's laminating, otherwise it will be stiff. Flux is placed here, in order to be able to see if the cable is in the right position for alignment. Right position. You can see that each line is right and neat. The next step is soldering. Adding a mixture of tin paste and flux can weld them together. Do not use too much force to solder with a soldering iron. Just touch it lightly. If you use too much force, it is easy to break the cable directly, so you will lose all your effort. The final effect of a fully fitted cable is like this. I hope you can remember these important points and apply them in an actual operation.